Okay, good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Everybody's running around already. It's early in the morning, and we've got a lot of people in their cars, and it's awesome. I am super excited because, of course, I always love it when there's a new month, and I wanted to, just for those of you that are driving and can't see the slide says, new month, new beginning, new start, new mindset, new focus, new intentions, new results. And so that's the wonderful thing about each day, is that every day we get a day to start over and do the things that we're most passionate about, and set up our intentionality. I know Ann Ward told me that she mapped out her NMD, which is awesome. And that's what's great about a new month and a new day. So I, really congratulate each and every one of you for working on that and for planning out your month before your month begins. So gratitude. I saw this little cartoon and I thought it was really funny and also very meaningful, because it was the little girl at turkey dinner, Thanksgiving, saying, well, why aren't we this thankful every day? And that's a good point. So being thankful for everything in your life and the things that you're doing and the blessings that you have is something that actually on a daily basis is really, really good for all of us, each and every one of us. And so that was a really wonderful, fun reminder that we can be thankful every day, not just on Thanksgiving. So I want to put out a bunch of congratulations today. I was going to, my recognition I can't do today, only because the back office is still under, it's rebooting itself for all the new content. So I'm going to just say congratulations to everybody who, really worked so hard to help their team get to where they needed to go, help themselves, really closed out the month with intentionality. And just congratulations. We had a lot of, on our personal team, I know there's a lot of different teams on here. We had a lot of personal growth in terms of 3 or 3 qualified and ranking back up, re-ranking, and then actually rank advancing and really getting people to where they wanted to go. And, a lot of excitement coming out of our conference to really start August with just tremendous excitement. But I wanted to share with you that Bianca Burish got her Lexus, and she qualified for it a couple months ago, but she picked it up, and I saw this on Facebook, and I wanted to re-congratulate her on such an exciting time in her team. So much momentum, so many people, partying and just doing the networking thing and just having such a good time doing it. And she's just such a great energy of, I don't know, I just love her. And I just wanted to say big, giant congratulations. Looks like a beautiful car. It's the big boy Lexus. And so, you look very happy, Bianca. And I am very happy for you. And I know everybody on here is very happy for you. So today I wanted to talk about Placement Suite. With the people that are recruiting, there's 2 things about Placement Suite that are important to remember. Number one, it's very, very important to remember that not only do you might have people in your Placement Suite, but your brand new people have people in their Placement Suite. And that's important because sometimes they don't know where to look for that. And because you're the sponsor, you know that. So as we grow in our business and as we bring on new people, the Placement Suite for us is something we need to always be very conscientious of, but we also need to be very conscientious of the new people that we bring on that are running fast and getting fast start qualified, and really educate them. Because one thing I know from the beginning when I started with Miriam is that I didn't really understand the Placement Suite in the beginning, but what I did understand is that this company said, we really grow under 3 legs. And the reason why is because you don't want to grow out wide. You want to grow out strong in a tower rather than a strip mall. And I understand the concept of that, because as you place people in your organization, what you're doing is you're helping the other people by, that's why I always talk about, you know, when you first get started with Miriam, you've got this Maui beachfront property, and the people that are your top people in your organization, your first people in your organization, all of that business runs through them. And, you know, eventually, even if they don't do anything, which, you know, obviously we want them, if we're going to give them that piece of property, we want them to be great leaders, but everything runs through them. And it's a very big position to get, you know, that in that placement suite. So the other thing is that, you know, where do you look for that? So that is something that you can look actually in the leadership dashboard and go down to placement suite. And you can also see the new people if you're going through your organization. So if you're a senior director, you know, you have the capability of really looking at your organization still and kind of diagnosing where those people are. The other thing is that as you're looking in your placement suite and there's other people on your placement suite, you can talk to those people about how to be the most effective in where they want to put that person. I will tell you this, over the years in utilizing the placement suite, I will say that, you know, I don't know that I could have done anything different than what I did. I have a lot more knowledge now, so I'm a lot more careful in how I placed in the very, very beginning. But I do think that it's important to really map it out. I think there's lots of different scenarios, and I think placement suite deserves a discussion and writing it out and actually looking at it. So if you have people on your team that have people in their placement suite, it's a good idea, if you are not comfortable with placement suite yet, to get one of your other leaders on the phone and just take the time to map it out, discuss it, see where the best option is. You never know, you know, you never know when people are going to wake up. You never know. There's lots of theories on how placement suite works, but really and truthfully, when you have a good conversation and you literally write it out, you have a better chance of placing it correctly. And there's things that you have as a leader you have to think about. You know, you have to think about the 60% rule. You have to think about how many active personals you have in one leg, so you're not unbalanced in case somebody decides not to get their ADO that month. So, you know, as a leader and as you grow in the business, you're going to figure out ways to be more effective with your placement suite as you go. And I'm sure everybody on here, you know, if you're brand new on here, you know, you're going to go to your leader and you're going to talk about it at the time. You don't need to know that in the very, very beginning because you're racing to build your business. But as you build your business, you want to start taking on a little bit more information and a little bit more skill set. It's the same thing as if you were in a, you know, job. You started out at one level in the job. They gave you a certain amount of information for that particular job. Learn that skill set, learn that, you know, really backwards and forwards, become, you know, masterful at being that. And then once you get to the next level, everyone will wrap their arms around you and train you on how to be an effective placement suite person. You know, it's not something that I really recommend you teach to the brand new person. I was always very curious in the beginning about that, and it really didn't make any difference for me to know that because I didn't have, you know, I had people in my placement suite, but I had all this time. You know, you get 60 days. That's the other thing. You know, you want to be very patient in your placement suite, but you don't want to miss your date. And that's why it's important to know who's sponsoring in your organization. And that's where you can find that in your business drivers. Your business drivers are super important because it shows you how many people are coming onto your team, so you can make a mental note. You can take a screenshot. You can do all sorts of things to remind yourself that, yeah, this person signed somebody up, and as a business owner, you want to know what's going on in your business. So you're taking that extra initiative to know who's doing what in your business and how you can help them fast start qualify, how you can help them eventually when it's necessary for them to do something in their placement suite that could maybe help people in your organization. And so there's a lot of that goes on. But I wanted to kind of remind you guys as leaders, because we haven't really talked about the placement suite a lot in the last couple of months because we've all been sort of running and doing, but there has been a lot of new starts in the last couple of months. And I think it's really important that we are, conscientious of that. I also will be doing kind of a training on the placement suite. And of course, I'm always open to other people and their ideas on this mastermind of what they do and their philosophy on it as well, because I think there's lots of different ways to look at your placement suite and really diagnose where and how. And the other one thing that I will say about placement suite is that it's long-term. So the long-term thinking is better than the short-term thinking. That's in my experience. And that's really a good note to have in your mind. I know a lot of people bring on a person and they immediately want to move them that first month. But if you're going to do that, you want to make sure that you're doing something that's really going to be helpful to somebody. But if it's not going to be helpful to somebody, you kind of want to have patience. Patience is really a very important part of your business as you grow. And that patience can sometimes really pay off in terms of how your placement suite ends up growing. Sometimes you can talk to people and they'll say, oh yeah, I have a couple of senior directors in my placement suite. How does that, and you're thinking, well, how do you do that? So there's lots to learn there. And as we go along, we'll take it one step by step. But this was just a reminder for those of you that are. The other thing on a placement suite is if you're not recruiting or your team isn't recruiting, there's really nothing going on in a placement suite. So you don't need to really worry about that. All you need to worry about is recruit and get people in that placement suite. It's a holding cell basically for your people to really diagnose and really architect your business. So it's a wonderful tool for all of us, but we have to be careful with it because it can be very, very important down the line, long term. Okay, so what should I be broadcasting to my team? So today, is the corporate update call. And today is a very important day. I'm going to show you a slide on that in a second. But, yesterday we got to talk to the leadership. The national marketing directors got to talk with the leadership of Jeff Olson. And Mark Smith went over a lot of stuff in terms of Get Real announcements. And these were just, I think the most important ones that he mentioned. But out of these important ones that he mentioned, there's a few important ones that I think, we can all focus on. Obviously, the trip promotion, everything we do between now and December 31st is going to go for our trip promotion. So if that's a driver that you are really planning on driving, which I think is very important, that's a number one thing to be in your talking points with people in terms of, as a team, we want to all go on the trip together. So we're all trying to help each other with that trip promotion. And that means the only way we can do that is personally sponsoring, personally bringing people into the organization, customers and brand partners. The other thing that I'm pretty excited about today is Go Prospect. I think that a lot of us, as we all know, is we're always on the go. And, the NCC and Go Show and things like that we've been using, this may be the answer to, which I know Mark Smith is very excited about, for all of us to be able to prospect on the go. And technology is really gotten good in terms of the different apps that we can use, not only here in the United States, but all over the world. And so I'm excited about that. The updated kit material is in there. The compensation updates are not that different, but important to go over. The new PC rewards program, I think, is incredibly important for your customers to know. And this, and we're going to go over that in just a second. The ADO, the 3 are free updates, the enrollment options, and just the product in general, the new products. So basically, first thing is the product sets. Now, they're going to talk about this today on the corporate update call, so I'm not going to really get into it. But just so you know, in the month of August is really a time for you to really be communicating with your customers, whether they're getting product or not, because these particular specials are going to be able to set them up for the discounts and free shipping and things like that. So on the corporate update call, they're going to talk about that, but I wanted to remind you of some special things going on, and you really want to take note to that to your customers. It's a great way to call your customers and basically say, hey, I'm just so excited to talk to you about this. I mean, to get this package here for $265, this system, there's a lot of systems out there, and some people really love systems. And that price is pretty amazing, especially because our products work so much better, and people are just getting amazing results. I don't have to tell you guys, you all know this. So it's a really good way to share the information. So today is a very important day. If you can get on the corporate update call, it's at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you can get on the corporate update call, there's going to be a lot of information for you, but mainly you also want to broadcast that to your team that isn't on this Zoom. You want to broadcast to your team, that you want them up to date on what's going on. And as Jeff Olson said yesterday, only a percentage of people heard that there were all of these updates. Only a percentage of people that were at the conference know that we have all of these new things going on. And so it's really our job to broadcast as best we can. And if we can't get to everybody, maybe you can do a conference call with your team. You can do an email to your team. You can do a team call and try to get as many people as you possibly can to really, jump into this, plug into this so they can get the most up-to-date information about what's going on with your company. And of course, all over, the United States this weekend, there's going to be regionals that is going to recap and go over that information as well. And I think it's really important for us to really build into these regionals. In Southern California, we have 6 national marketing directors going over what went on so you want to, if you're in Southern California, you definitely want to just say, come on, you're coming with me. This is the most important regional of the year. If you weren't at the conference, or if you were at the conference, it's a great way to kind of recap from other people's perspectives what their nuggets were and what they thought was really important. So I really encourage you to find the regional in your area. Make sure that you make a point of going to it and supporting it, but also bringing your team so everyone's on the same page and we all know what we're doing together. This is, going to be a great event this weekend, and I'm hoping that everybody, that's on our team and in this area and on this Zoom is going to be attending and bringing at least as many people as they possibly can to really invigorate and really, Jeff Olson talked a lot about it, so did Mark, about this being pretty much a whole new company with all the new changes and the new products and things that are going on and being in wellness. And this is kind of what we need to be broadcasting to our people. And we have such an exciting time right now because people are reinvigorated. People that have been in the company for 5 years that stuck and stayed are reinvigorating with a lot of purpose and intention. And this is a great way to get a bigger picture and really keep that momentum going. So, so this weekend in Southern California, I wanted to share that with you. But next weekend in San Francisco, and I know Robin's going to be coming out with one in New Jersey. And if you guys have regionals in other areas, like Ann, if you have them in Colorado or in Atlanta, wherever, let me know and I'll put them up here just for our mastermind so that we can kind of get people to make sure they're supporting and getting there. And so that's really our kind of Zoom today. I appreciate each and every one of you getting on. And if anybody has any questions or would like to share any information, please, I know I went a little long, but there was a lot of important stuff there, I think. So if you'd like to comment, please unmute yourself. Anybody?
Hey everybody, it's Lisa. I just wanted to remind you that with all of the really awesome things that are happening, we're having a market party at the clinic tonight. Robert is going to be presenting. We have all new market party slides. We start at 7:30, so invite guests. If you can't come, let me know, send them my way, but it's going to be really fantastic.
It is really fantastic, and that market party is very consistent, and it is I'm so glad that you promoted that, because I was desperately this morning trying to find that slide, and sometimes, you know, at 6:30 in the morning I'm racing to put this together, Lisa, and I didn't have it on this new computer. But one of the things that I also know about us all being intentional and moving forward is that the market parties that are all in place, as leaders, we want to make sure that we attend. Whether you have a guest or not, the idea is to support the market party so it's there for you when you need it. And Lisa and Fred do an absolutely amazing market party in the West Valley, and they always have tremendous speakers, Robert being one of them tonight. And I just cannot promote that enough. And of course, if you don't have a market party in your area, start one. You know, it's up to you to get it going and start, you know, really promoting our new products and all of that. And the new slide is, oh my gosh, this new slides, go back there and take a look. Also tomorrow night on Wednesday is Thousand Oaks. So for those people in the West Valley, you know, there's people in Santa Barbara that might be able to go to Thousand Oaks, Oxnard, in you know, Woodland Hills, things like that. So please, you know, you guys just try to text me those slides instead of putting them on Facebook, because it's hard for me to find them, and then I'll promote them on here as best I can. Okay.
Annie, I was just going to say, if anybody's got, I know we're in the South, but if anybody's got any people in our area, just let me know or let us know, because we do every other Tuesday at the Amen Clinic, and then we do every other Thursday on the west side of town. So we've got 2 market parties going, and it's a lot of momentum going right now. So we'd be more than happy to help anybody that's got people in that area. And I'll send you the slides.
Okay, that's great. That's wonderful. Thank you very much. Anybody else have anything to share? Okay, well then, you know what? Happy start of the month. And again, congratulations for all the hard work and all the great accomplishments that everybody's had. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day.
Thanks, Annie.
Thanks, Annie.
Thank you, Annie.
Thank you.